Welcome to Same Cast, Different Day podcast. I'm your host, Martel, and thank you all for tuning into another episode of this podcast. I have Darrell, aka O Yeller, here with me on today's episode of the podcast. Say hello to everybody.
You tried that, but hello, everybody.
What you mean? I did not try it.
Because you keep talking about my age, and I'm only 35 years old. I'm not
I'm
old.
not even talking about your age. And first of all,
And old Yeller was a raggedy old dog. So you trying to call me a raggedy old dog?
I mean, if they can see you now.
You tried it. I will hit the end button ASAP.
But anyways, first of all, I need you to start coming from Wendy Williams and the way how she runs to her little purple chair. I saw your little comment earlier. You don't start coming for Wendy.
I'm not coming for Wendy. Wendy gives me life. Because it's just the funny how she runs.
Wendy can do no wrong.
Bye.
She can't. Wendy can do no wrong.
I didn't say that. It's just funny how she runs with her little arms up, like she a little toddler or something.
I was wondering why I was hearing an echo. I had the damn echo on.
You slow.
It is funny how she runs to the chair, and you don't stop coming for Toni Braxton. She can get her life for looking like
First of all, now me, I'm the number one Toni Braxton fan in the world. I live for Toni Braxton, but just that video I seen on Twitter, she looked like Amber Rose. She cut all her hair off.
I said, "Oh, she looked terrible." Like you can't tell where the hair in her actual skin start. Like, why would you do that? I don't like that on her.
I was really mad at that. Like when I seen it, and the way that video popped up, like you seen her fingers on the keyboard on the piano, and it went to her hair, and then she had some shades on. I'm like, girl, that's Amber Rose or Toni Braxton.
She looked horrible. I'm so sorry, Toni. Toni, I'm so sorry. Like, she needs to stick to her wigs.
That's my sister.
Or her little short haircuts or whatever it is that she did. But that, I do not support that. I didn't even like it when Tamar did it. I am sorry.
I don't like when Tamar did it. I don't like it when Tiffany Haddish did it.
All right. I forgot about Tiffany Haddish.
But Toni Braxton is my sister in my head. All the Braxtons are my sisters. I don't like it. It looks funny. But I don't know. She might have a motive. She might have no edges. She probably was falling out. You know, she got lupus. She's sick. Mm-hmm. So you never know.
I mean, yeah, true.
But you could wear a wig. Like, I like the wig with Toni Braxton wig. I don't like the bald head. It don't look right. Mm-hmm. So and she had just posted it 4 hours before when I seen it. So I don't think the whole world has seen it yet. Unless they on her Twitter page.
So how I originally planned on starting off this podcast was not the way I originally planned. So one of the things I had wanted to talk about, y'all. So best friend Mary, Lord,
love her.
So why did she blame her bad decisions on me when we were out drinking? She was like, because of you, I made bad decisions because of you. You encouraged my bad decisions. I'm like, I had nothing to do with that. I encouraged drinking, not bad decisions.
Okay, but when you drink, you do bad decisions. You make bad decisions when you drink.
But after you have them drinks, though, I'm not responsible for what happens.
She's grown, but you are a liquor pusher.
I am not.
Yes, you do. You push people to drink wine, and
wine is so good. I told you about my 6 bottles, didn't I?
Yeah, and they probably gonna be gone in the next day.
I still got all them. If you look behind me right there, I still got all of these left.
Yeah, they'll be gone by.
And then I got a whole nother wine rack full of it too.
That's a damn shame.
So what? But yeah, we went out to the Brewers game, and then after the Brewers game, we went to a bar called Brewski's, and we had some drinks. But while walking to the bar, mind you, she only had like 3 Long Islands at this point. Nope, 2 of them. But while walking to the bar, we already like super geeky, ha ha ha, and all that kind of stuff. But she dropped her purse twice. The first time she didn't even know she even dropped a little purse, and then on top of that, she had dropped the phone. So it kind of made me like, should we really have been going to the bar at that point in time?
Then she's like 4 feet tall. So like her liquor consumption and her body size.
She used to be able to drink meat under the table though. That was the thing. She used to be able to drink me under the table, and
She's a
now
mom.
I'm the alcoholic, and I keep saying like it is so sad that I'm the only friend in my group with the only friend within the group without kids. So I'll be so mad. Like I said in my TikTok video, I was like, I feel like I gotta start asking their kids for permission for their mom and them to come out and drink with me. I be needing people to drink with me sometime.
Okay, what you just said that's not bad influence. I need people to drink with me.
No.
That's not bad influence.
It's the bad influence when you drinking by yourself. Then you want to make bad decisions by yourself.
But why would you want to make bad decisions? Why would you want somebody else to make a bad decision with you? That's
But
just
it ain't. But the bad
fire.
decisions I come up with don't lead you to jail though. How you like that?
I don't know.
Exactly.
That's because you probably get drunk and fall asleep.
I do not, because actually, if she wouldn't have been like, it's such and such time we should go, I still would have been there drinking, getting free drinks.
And if y'all can see the text message he sent me that night,
we're not gonna bring up them text messages.
Because
no, we're not gonna bring up. No,
listen here, world.
No, we're not gonna bring up them text messages.
Oh yes, we are.
No, because you can't.
I'm not gonna read them off because it's private between me and you. But baby, spell check was needed.
Okay, that was about after 6 Long Islands in.
Do you know what's in the Long Island?
Actually, no, because when I was at the Brewers game, and she only put one vodka in there, but she filled that motherfucker up to the top and used about that much. So it was majority liquor. So I was wasted.
A Long Island has multiple different alcohol.
Yeah. Oh shit! Wait, I messed up a chord. Yeah, but I had watched it. I watched her pour only one vodka in there, and she filled that mug up nearly to the rim, and then the rest was like the juice stuff, which is only about that much.
And that's why it was $22 damn.
I know I was fucked up. I
refused to pay $22 for a Long Island. That's just not what I'm going to do.
No. I mean, it was at the Brewers at the American Family Field thing.
Child, that name is trash.
And then I know they need to come up with a nickname for that. And then on top of that, they ain't had no fans in person last year, so they got to make up for revenue. So it's like, oh, we're gonna do an upcharge on drinks. So, hey, if you want to have fun at the ballpark, you got to pay the money.
That's why you go. Always have a friend with big titties, so they can have a liquor bottle between them.
I don't know. They security tough now. Like they real tough on security. I ain't got the only person friend I got were real huge. It's Tina. She don't.
Let me tell you, what was that? A couple years ago at Pride Fest. They pat you down, go through my detectors. Me and my cousins, and my girl cousin, she got some real big boobs. We went to the bathroom once we got in there. She said she had the bottle. I didn't know how big it was. I'll tell you.
Summerfest or Milwaukee Police Department, if y'all hearing this, I will give y'all his address if y'all give me a reward.
This was a couple years ago, baby. Anyway, she put out the whole bottle of what was, I don't know, some kind of vodka. I'm like, under her titties. And we was in the bathroom pulling up.
I need to switch out my headphones, so these is not acting right, but I'm just gonna wing it for the sake of recording this.
I can hear you good.
It's keep going in and out on my end. I knew you was an alcoholic. You talking about me?
No, not who got 18 bottles of wine behind them right now?
You sneaking liquor into Summerfest.
I'm sneaking liquor now.
Okay, but it's been weeks since I had some wine though.
That bottle was halfway gone behind you.
I mean, no. This one is a full bottle.
Take a sip of it. Take a sip of yours.
This one is almost gone.
Take a shot of it.
Okay, that's almost gone too. Okay, a lot of those is almost gone, but that's not the point. The point is, I ain't had no drink in a while. Wine in a while. So, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What you saying for?
I don't know.
Oh, whatever. So, like I said, the original point of this episode was going to be about what's on my shenanigans, of course. But y'all, I've been trying my best to stay positive, and it has been so hard. I got turned down for a job because they told me I was unprofessional because I asked them how was their communication skills.
You asked the person that was giving you the interview that?
Yeah.
Now you know better than that.
Because people at that place has very bad communication skills.
Now you know you got to be.
It has been
proper.
times where they have tried to write me up and send me to HR because I'm getting in trouble for a rule that I don't know that was a rule, that y'all made a rule without telling nobody that's a rule.
Now you know you got to be prim and proper at the interview, but once you get that badge, you can do what you want to do.
Well, I technically already have a badge, just not for that department.
You know what I'm saying? For the job, when you start a new job, once you get that badge,
but
you can do what you want to do then. But at the interview, you got to do what they say.
But I mean, I did, and I did pretty well in the interview. Like everything went well. That's the only thing they didn't like is that I asked them about their communication skills.
Well,
because I asked them, do they mostly communicate through email or face to face type stuff too?
I say what they want to hear,
but
and then job, I do what I want to do.
And then at the same time, it was like I really kind of didn't want the position because I mean I was happy about getting it because it'll be Monday through Friday with no holidays. But then it would have been, but at the same time, it still would have been too close to what I'm already doing. And
but you'd had your weekends and holidays off. You work.
I mean, but to be honest, I make I make more money on the weekends, so I really don't care about working weekends. Because I make more money, I get a incentive for working weekends, so I really don't care about that. It was still just too close to what I'm already doing. So, fast forward, where I'm at now currently for my voice, currently at now for my what they call work restrictions or whatever they got me on. It's at a vaccine clinic, and they've been training me to do other stuff and have asked me to apply for a position to the clinics. And they've been training me on Epic and all these other things. And I know how to use Epic now, which is very easy. And it's crazy because I always thought I look at them like when I watched them do it, like from even in the past, I look at them like it looked too complicated. Like I'm not going to be able to learn this. It's too much. I literally watched her check in 3 patients and I had it down pat. Like that is super easy. And like this was y'all get paid to do all day? And some of y'all making like $20-some an hour and this is what you get paid to do all day.
Pretty much.
Like I should have been doing this.
Pretty much. At my job, I barely do anything.
It's noticeable.
You try at that one.
I'm just.
But they paying me a good coin though. But I do work.
I'm just saying it's noticeable.
Child, it's not gonna be a roast.
I'm not roasting you. I'm just saying it's just noticeable.
Okay.
You know who trying to make it a roast?
Oh, myself? Really?
Yeah, okay. People do that, these day and ages.
Mm-hmm.
So, a couple of questions that I asked other people who was on the podcast. Last week, I believe Marcus was on here, and I asked him his thoughts on what is it? Transgenders, people who transition from male to female play in women's sports leagues.
You asked me how do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm for it. I mean, if they transition, that means they are female. And if they are athletic, I feel like go for it. I feel like they should let them. Because, I mean, that's pretty much discrimination. They are technically female, a female athlete. Let them do it. I mean, what is it gonna do? Why does it bother? Why does it matter to anybody else?
Because they say men, they still might have that men's strength type stuff. So
when men transition to female, they take what's the estrogen. They might have men's strength because they still have a man body or not, but
mm-hmm.
Why not? Hell, some of these women, that's biological women, look like men.
But Caitlyn Jenner, is it Caitlyn? It's a Caitlyn, right?
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner said that she don't agree with it.
That's because Caitlyn Jenner's a Republican and she was with Trump. But she want to run for what, governor or mayor?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, when Caitlyn Jenner was about a man, she was in the Olympics.
Yeah, but as a man in the men Olympics.
Yeah, but at the same time, he was probably wearing dresses and skirts in his hotel, like you said he was doing.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm so done with you. I mean,
he
yeah.
didn't see if you would have watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, he let everything know for years before when he was on the show and before the show even came out. When he would go travel and do to like different cities, he would at nighttime. This is what it's not allegedly. This is what he said. At nighttime, he would dress up in his dress in heels and wigs or whatever, and walk around the hotel, and nobody knew. And he did that for years. And the first person to ever find out about it was Kim, because she walked in on him dressed as a woman, but she never said anything.
Mm-hmm.
So he was doing it for years. Didn't nobody know before they even had they show.
But even when he competed during them times, though, he was in transition.
But he wasn't transitioning. But he was probably doing. He probably was cross dressing.
I mean, yeah, but we talk about people who are fully transitioned into a woman. Like say like an NBA player decide like, well, you know what, I want to transition to a woman, and they still an NBA player, and they decide to transition to a woman and then move to the WNBA.
Go ahead. They all look. Some of them look like men anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Some of them built like men too, so might as well.
But the thing is though, they a lot like currently right now, depending on what sport it is in the Olympics, let people who transition from male to female compete in women's sports, but you don't hear about any women who transition from female to male playing in male sports.
No, you really don't.
They're just like if it wasn't such a big for me, if it wasn't so, like, we talk about equality and everything so much, and like I said, if it's such a big deal, like how come you don't have WNBA players playing in the NBA, like females playing in the NBA, or why you don't have females playing on the field in the NFL if it's not such a big deal?
They actually do. They have a women's football league.
No, I'm not talking about a all women's football league. I mean women on the field with men.
Oh, that's not gonna happen because they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna put men and women on the same field because they got their own separate. They got their own separate sports.
But they talk about equality and everything so much. Like, what's the difference if you're gonna have these people who transition from female to female playing women's sports? How come women can't come over and play in the male sports?
Because they have their own. They have their own They have their own NBA league. They have their own football league. They're not gonna put a woman on a basketball court with a man. You're not going to see that in the NBA because they have their own separate WNBA.
I know, but I'm saying, what if they got rid of it? You just made it all one league.
I don't think that's ever going to happen, but that's what they.
And just to say it will never do. I mean, just saying. I'm just saying. Look. Hell, if you even look at wrestling, look, China competed with men. When China was at the height of her career, there was not one female wrestler on the roster. All the China people that she competed with was men and did it well.
That's because she was built better. She was built like them motherfuckers, and she was built better than them.
I mean, but then later on, Jacqueline too.
But that's wrestling. Though wrestling is integrated together, men and women.
But because they don't have over the last couple of years, so I say in the last 15 years, they stopped women competing with men. They don't do that no more.
Yeah, I mean, only time I've ever seen a woman fight a man wrestler is if they was like jumping in or something. They never had them against each other. If they did, it was like
China.
China was the only woman wrestler I've ever seen.
China and Jacqueline was the only ones to do it because Jacqueline actually won the Cruiserweight Championship from a man.
But did you see how they was built though? You would never see Sable or Trish Stratus. They was built prissy. Jacqueline and China.
Actually, Trish Stratus actually did compete in the ring with a man before. She competed with Chris Jericho.
Child, Chris Jericho, boo.
I mean, but as I said, that's men. They got men's strength. Like I said, women are able to do it. And then, in the 70s, though, a woman was actually drafted into the NBA back in the 70s.
Well, I wasn't born then.
So so to say that it would never happen, I think one day it will happen where men and
I,
women will be competing with each other.
I mean, I've never said it's never going to happen, but I mean, it's possibility. But that's why I don't. I feel like it's not because they gave them their own separate league to play in, so they won't have to go
I
through all
mean,
that.
yeah, but is it really fair? Because like the WNBA women, they don't get paid no money. Like they don't get the recognition that they deserve. They don't get the pay they deserve. They don't get nothing. You don't see them with the shoe deals, the commercials, none of that.
Do they games be on TV?
Yeah, they have televised games just like the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people not focused on WNBA. Everybody likes the
So,
NBA.
like, but I think if Kobe would have been alive still, that was something that he was actually working towards, was making the WNBA as profitable and as meaningful as the NBA. Because one, his daughter was going to be eventually be in the WNBA. So,
Yeah,
so like I think that was one of those things that he was working towards. But we won't see won't happen, of course. But
you got other basketball players that can still carry on with it.
I
It's
mean,
it's, it's young ladies out here that was her age, and these high school, college basketball players, they go
yeah,
over. A lot of them go overseas.
but who's bigger than like Kobe Bryant? You see, Michael Jordan, only thing he care about is making shoes and putting black people in jail to make money off of it.
Uh,
So
I
you
mean, but
think
look,
Michael Jordan isn't okay? Like LeBron James could be that next person because
I,
he does
I,
have
I
that star power to step up and be like, "Hey, we need to make these changes in the NBA." Because I don't know not one female NBA WNBA player who has signed $100 million contract.
no.
I haven't. I don't think I ever heard of a woman ever signing $100 million contract or getting paid $200 million like LeBron James.
And the only WNBA player I know is Cheryl Swoops, and I don't even think she play no more.
And like I said, you don't hear about these women doing movies and all these because unless you really follow like a diehard WNBA fan and follow them, you don't even hear nothing about the WNBA. You don't even hear the NBA promoting the WNBA really like that.
But you know what? But they more focused with the women, like a women's thing. They more focused like with the tennis,
Yeah,
like
when women do that.
Like Serena Williams. Them they get a lot of deals and they be focused on that. WNBA. I don't. I'm not a basketball fan. I support my hometown team, the Bucks, but I'm not a big basketball fan, so I really
But
can't dig into that. But they do. I know that they don't get the
right,
recognition that they should.
like I don't know if you are you familiar with Mickey James?
Who's that?
She used to wrestle early 2000s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody.
Okay,
Okay,
so
yeah.
she went to a WWE executive and she pitched a all women's show, like a all women's wrestling show, almost like Glow. And that executive told her that women's wrestling is not profitable.
I don't think it is. I mean, me personally, I don't think it would be. I think it would be, but I don't think it'd be as
But
profitable
but
as
but the reason why people will
being
look at it
combined.
like why it wouldn't be profitable because for first of all now they don't give them barely any TV time. Like you have over 100 women signed to your brand, but yet each night you got a 3 hour show, but you only give these women 10 minutes a night. So how are they gonna get the chance to even make anything profitable if you don't get in a chance? Like I said, just like this past WrestleMania, you had two black African American women close WrestleMania main event. That has never happened before. So if they good enough to main event WrestleMania, how come they not good enough to get their own show? And WrestleMania is the biggest show of the shows when it comes to wrestling.
Like sports is pretty much, and it's kind of messed up. But sports, period, in general, is more male dominated.
Exactly. Like I said, me personally, I think a women's all risk wrestling women's show would be profitable because once again, there are a few little girls who want to grow up and be wrestlers, but like I said, the chances of that happening is very slim because right now, as you slowly notice, women's camera time is always constantly getting cut short. They have the shortest matches. They're not getting as much camera time like they used to about 4 or 5 years ago.
I feel like it'd be popular if they do it like how they used to do back in the day on wrestling, They had like the bikini matches and
No.
no, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, like how they had those kind of things when they had like Sable and all them there, when they had all the time. Sable had plenty of airtime back in the early 2000s, late 90s. All those wrestlers are gone now. They are like
true.
So
hi Martel.
Hey Claire, how's it going?
Good. Sorry. Forgive me because I actually was in like a TikTok live apparently earlier today.
Oh,
apparently I'm famous all of a sudden. I don't know how that works out. I did one podcast and everyone wants to know who I am apparently.
I'm looking like, because it just says iPhone on my screen. Like, who is trying to join in just through iPhone?
Oh, sorry. I should have changed the name. Sorry. Is there a way to change it on here?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Can I turn it? There we go.
So that's actually Claire. She's actually going to be on the episode after this one.
Hello, Claire.
Hello, how are you?
Hey.
I'm fine.
Excellent.
So yeah, we're in the middle of the podcast right now. We were just talking about was it women's sports, pretty much?
Women in sports.
Yeah, women in sports, and how the women in sports is not getting as much recognition as they should get.
As the male athletes.
Yeah. So that's what we've been talking about so far in some of my drunken shenanigans earlier on.
Hey, drunken shenanigans. That's always fun. That's always a good time.
But yeah, because so what we were just talking about is so there's this wrestler named Mickie James, and she pitched an idea to WWE executives about starting an all women's wrestling show, and they shut it down because they said women's wrestling isn't profitable. It wouldn't make money. And then also one of the things that he said was that a few years ago they had a pay-per-view called Evolution, which was the all women's pay-per-view, and they said it was the lowest rating, as far as rating wise, pay-per-view events they had in the history of the company. Which it was bad build up, and it was just horrible because they tried to throw in a whole bunch of legends and it just didn't work. So it was their fault.
If they bring back all the legends, like I feel like if they do a show with all women, like back then they actually was wrestling. You had Sable was wrestling. Like these now they are prissy.
I mean, what they did was they had every women's championship in the company up on the line, and then they had like a battle royal at the beginning, which featured like women who would basically like how can I put it, like, oh, we don't really have anything for y'all to do, so we're just gonna throw y'all in the battle royal just for y'all can have some camera time and be a part of the pay-per-view. Like they had Alondra Blaze and like Tori Wilson and Kelly and Maria. People like that was in a battle royal, and then they had a match where it was Trish Stratus and Lita versus I think Mickie James and Alicia Fox, which went horrible because Lita been out the ring for quite some time, so she kind of botched a little bit of the match. But yeah, it was bad booking on WWE side. That's why I believe it failed.
And see, they was relatable back then. Like Lita and Sable, all them, like they were like.
You'll be surprised how different it is now. Like the little girls, like for Bayley, these girls like when Bayley turned heel, like became the bad girl, and she cut her like wacky inflatable tube people, and she like cut them and stuff. Like it was like literally little girls in the audience crying because this woman turned into like a heel. So these women are very relatable. Like these little girls actually look up to these women.
Yeah, they did. I understand that, but
so for them to be like
they don't really like, the majority of them don't even really do that. They just be standing there, or they just be talking or doing this. Like back then, they all used to wrestle. Every single one of them.
I mean, yeah, but now it's just so many of them on the roster. So for them to get camera time, let me switch it, because if you're not involved in a title picture, you don't get camera time unless you just that random girl who just show up and get beat up.
That's the thing, is so many of them back then. You only had Sable, Trish.
But then if you give them their own show and you give them a 2-hour show and allow them all to showcase their talent, it'd be totally different. Like there's a lot of athletic women. Like some of them actually are better than the men on the roster.
But they only focus on the popular ones, though.
Yeah, and that's the problem. They do only focus on the more popular ones.
I'm the ones who get the championships and the airtime and the TV time.
Right. Oh, and
I don't even know half of the girls now.
Right. Well, that's because you don't watch. And I forgot to mention that Claire will be hosting an episode of the podcast week after the podcast she was the guest on airs.
We're gonna have a little fun, Darrell and Martel. We're gonna have a little fun. Even if I don't get any guests, we're gonna have a little fun. We'll talk about things, and who knows, I mean, we're gonna have a little fun. I guess I never ever thought I would ever get to that point. Martel, you and I talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago. I mean, and yeah, I was kind of shocked when you're like, hey, you want to get when I talked about. I'm like, yeah, that'd be kind of fun. I mean, I wanted to a long time ago. I wanted to be a radio DJ a long time ago. This was back when I was maybe like elementary level, so 8-10 years old, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be fun. We can talk about, because this month actually is Mental Health Awareness Month, so that's kind of a big thing. People need to kind of get themselves in check. Everyone needs I won't get too much into detail, but everyone needs to take time to themselves.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Like I said, if you don't even got nothing planned, like I didn't have anything planned going into this episode. I just winged it. And it turned into great material. So it happens.
And he wind up getting random guests that show up, and I'll be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Well, I got the invite, but yeah, I mean, I can always, if you ever want me to pop in, I mean, by all means. Like I said, I do enjoy this. I really do. I was, since the first time I did it in early 2020. Was that last year? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was about April of May of last year. I can't remember.
Something like that. And I really did enjoy it. And I was kind of like, I was bragging about now when I was just on my live with TikTok live, and I was just talking with one of my friends from Missouri, and I said, yeah, I'm actually on a podcast. Well, now it went from just like a few people. Now we have like thousands. They're like, what, where do I check this out? Does that? So I gave them all the link, and I said, yeah, I'll be on this show and this show. I said, if you want to hear me, I said, don't just listen to me. I said, you listen to my good friend Martel. I said, he's got a lot of good things going on. I said, it's not your typical boring podcast. It's actually a lot of fun. I said, it really is. So I break it up a little bit, Martel.
Yay, that works for me.
And they always be about me.
They do not always be. He always feel like when I'm gonna have my angry rants on here that it be about him, and it don't really be about him.
They do.
Come on, Darrell. Come on. It's not about you, buddy. Come on.
It do not be about him. Because sometimes it could be about the guy who I saw work digging in his butt today. So you never know what would end up on. I kid you not, like I look up and I mean this man was in his butt digging for gold, and then it's crazy because he did not look around or check and see if anybody was looking. I mean he just went for it, and he was in there for a little minute. Like,
oh God,
he went for it.
Oh, I mean I clean restrooms, but God, I mean I've seen some stuff, but God,
you get some hand sanitizer.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Matter of fact, I think he walked off like scratching his chest or something. He put his hand on his face up here or something. Like I was like,
he smelt his fingers,
and he had I think he had on basketball. He had on basketball shorts too, and not like long ones. They was like the short basketball shorts.
He smelt his fingers after he did that. He tried to play it off.
Yeah.
It was terrible, Bo. So, Claire, one of the things we did talk about was in women, how I think one day women should be able to play in the NBA. And he was saying how, like, they can't play in the NBA because they both have their own leagues. But I was just saying one day women should just be able to play in the NBA and get the same recognition that the NBA players get, because, the women of today, they don't, like I said, have the same endorsements as, the men in the NBA. Like,
and the men also play harder. Like, you don't want to see a man.
Have you seen I've seen women in the WNBA dunking and doing all kind of stuff.
You're right. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that.
Let them be under the court and get knocked down by a 6'5" motherfucker and get knocked on the ground.
Some of the women are 6'5", 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah,
7 feet. There are 7 feet women.
I understand that, and that's freakish, but
why is
that's
it
true?
freakish?
It's true, it's true.
Why is it freakish though? It should be normal. If it's normal to see a 7 foot, if it's normal to see Kevin Durant 7 foot stuff doing stuff, how can they normal to see a 7 foot woman?
I've never seen this. I've never seen a 7 foot woman ever in my life, but
there are tall women.
I'm pretty sure it is. I don't have a problem with it, but I think they'll get hurt, and I think they'll just be.
No, they won't. They as just tough as anybody else. Hey, I've seen women take a steel chair to the head like it was nothing.
What, on WWE, them chairs is like plastic. That is not.
No, not in the 90s, not in the early 90s, early 2000s. No.
That was aluminum. Those were real chairs.
Yeah, those were real.
No, that was not.
Yeah, back in the 90s on wrestling, yeah, but now it's like paper mache.
Oh my god, no, it isn't.
But I do agree. I think it should be like a co-ed, because I will say, even though I'm going to date myself with it, even when I was in high school, I mean, we had co-ed, basketball, football, baseball. Why not? Why? Well, I mean, I coached Powerpuff football for 3 years in a row, from my sophomore to senior year. I won all the games, and I wasn't even cheating. I just told the girls what they need to do. Right. I said, it's going to hurt. You're going to get some bruises. Things are going to hurt a little bit, but you can walk. You'll walk it off. You'll be fine. I mean, to be honest with you, some of these girls were dating, some football players, and I literally had some of these guys without uniforms on, football guys, beefy guys. Mm-hmm. I said these three ladies. I said, right, just run them, just hit them hard. I mean, they knocked these guys. We're talking defensive boys. Knocked them on their butts. And I was like, these are little scrawny little girls. Like, I'm like, what the?
Right.
So I agree with Martel. I mean, I think women, I think it should be like a co-ed thing. Let's just combine it all together. Just the NBA. Let's keep it that way,
I mean, I think that is, but I don't think the fans, the people will like it. I don't know. Like, it might happen one day, but I think some fans will be mad.
Just like a lot of people didn't like Donald Trump, they get over it.
Yeah, I mean, there's people don't like certain things about they don't like this, or they don't like Tony Evers.
Right. They get over it.
He had a time limit. He had 4 years, and he got
He's out.
He had a time limit. He expired after 4 years.
But what if that time limit didn't expire?
I would move to London.
Oh, jeez.
I'd rather serve the Queen than an orange. Okay.
Oh my God, you are so mean.
Wow, dude.
You need to fix your internet
stuff.
You're like
freezing. And that man was here. Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Darrell, you're getting kind of scratchy.
I'm not.
On my end, you're like breaking up.
You're going.
I got all bars on. I got all Wi-Fi bars.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, just think about how different things would be though if okay, we have 40 minutes. Okay, I gotta cut it at an hour. Well, just think about how different things would be though if Donald Trump was still in office. Like, do you think that George Floyd would have gotten the verdict that we got?
No.
We all did.
I know, right? We probably wouldn't even have a vaccine out right now. Donald Trump.
Well, we'll be wearing masks in 2026. Okay.
Oh, geez! Don't tell me that, please. I mean, I gotta wear a mask already. I mean, I at work, but
right.
And out and about.
Speaking of some craziness, so by the time this podcast aired, it'll be a week after this happened. The shoot Midtown. I don't know if any of you saw the video of the amount of people that was in the Midtown parking lot, the old Walmart at Midtown with no mask on, the large crowds of people. And then I don't know if y'all saw, if somebody released the video from a Ring doorbell of the shots that happened. They said it was over 300 shots.
Over 300 shots went off. I think like two people died. I know a couple people died.
Two people got wounded. Nobody died. Two people were wounded.
Yes. One person did die.
Dang, when they die?
I don't know. Really? It was a dude. One of my friends on Facebook. He he said his cousin was killed last night, and it was at Midtown. Another dude, he was in, so he just got out of surgery. He had to get like surgery on his like bones and arteries and all. He got messed up. But like people, I mean, why? People just out there having fun.
I mean, but to me, I'm looking at this like, what's the point of all y'all being at a mall parking lot that's closed? Like, what was the point of that?
Because the city of Milwaukee doesn't have anything else. They shut everything down. Everything is closed down.
They can go to the bars. Like, if you go out to like West Allis, there's a lot of paid places that's open at full capacity.
Yeah. You think all them black folks from the hood is going to be in West Dallas?
Okay, first of all, West Allis is only down the street compared for some people, and some of these people live in West Allis, but not even West Allis, but some places even in Milwaukee, they're at full capacity because according to the Republicans, Tony Evers can't make these decisions no more on limiting capacity and wearing masks and all these other things. So a lot of these businesses are opening at full capacity with no mask.
Yeah, it's true.
But soon as the weather break, everybody want to be outside.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to be sitting in no bar, and half these bars is trash anyway. And they can't.
I mean, that's because you be going to them hood poor people bars. I don't go to them places.
First of all, I don't even go to bars. Don't get it twisted. That was in my 20s.
I don't go to clubs.
When everything was open, when we had all the good clubs when I was in my 20s, I don't even go to the bars anymore. I don't want to be nobody's victim.
I don't care what Brewskis is the shit. Like I ain't never had no issues there. I've never been in no fighting situation there. Like I said, if people just come up friendly, they just come up to you friendly and just start buying you alcohol. So
yeah, but
you have a good time.
But then take that, but then add 100 more people come in there. Then there's gonna be a whole mess.
I mean, it depends because they do have a capacity. Even at full capacity, a lot of these businesses do got a capacity limit. Like I said, it's just the only difference is the people who goes into the places that I go to are not the stupid generation who were, oh, you stepped on my shoe, so I'm going to kill you. Those kind of people are not in the places that I go to.
And all those people was at Midtown, but it started off as like a whole little. They had like a little water fight. They was having fun.
Yeah, they did the water fight thing last year there too.
They did it last year too, but they had it yesterday too. They had a whole little water fight. They was having fun. Then you got the ignorant people who want to come and start shooting up every damn thing.
That's because they mamas ain't training well. That's the problem. They ain't getting no ass whooping. Yeah, they ain't getting no ass whooping as a kid. Because back in my day, you got an ass whooping as a kid.
Either their mamas ain't train them, or their mamas wasn't around, and they raised themselves. The streets raised them.
I just saw your invite on TikTok.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I'm not TikTok. I only got like 20 followers on TikTok. It's just I was just starting to gain some traction on TikTok.
Did you hear about the shooting at the casino in Green Bay?
Yeah.
What was that about? Like I heard somewhat about it, but I really don't know what was going on.
The shooter, he was an employee there. He got fired. So I guess he was mad, so he came back to kill the person who fired him. But the guy wasn't there. So he went and targeted the guy's closest friends.
That's so sad. Did anybody die?
Yes, 3 people died. No, 2 people died. It was 3 together. It was him. The police killed him, and he killed 2 other people and wounded 1 person.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's on TikTok. Actually, there's a person. Actually, I should probably send it to you, Martel. And if you ever seen it, it's on TikTok. There actually was a live, like this person did it was like on for a minute, and you could hear like machine guns, ammunition, and they're like.
Well, to be honest, you're Darrell don't believe in TikTok because he feel like he's too old for TikTok, so he don't have a TikTok.
I don't know how to work it. I had it on my phone. I deleted it. My niece added it back on my phone. I don't know how to work it. I got an account. I just don't know what to do with it.
It's so easy.
I mean, come on.
I like Snapchat.
Now, Snapchat is for the old people.
I love my Snapchat.
I do not use Snapchat. I don't even have a Snapchat on my phone. I don't use it.
But you was all on mine.
Keep on.
Not like that.
Keep on.
Keep on.
He gonna be in trouble when this podcast is over.
Oh boy.
Serious trouble.
When I'm not in trouble, I'm always in trouble. So I'm used to
no, because So to be honest, sometimes I'll be at home bored and I will call him to start an argument on purpose just to have something to do.
Now, Claire.
Martel's a drama queen.
Claire,
you froze, Darrell.
Like,
Darrell, you froze.
Arguing with me for no reason because he know my butt. Am I still froze?
No, you're better.
You're a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Like he'll just start like I get mad easy and quick, so he know how to push the buttons. So he'll push the buttons, and then I'll get mad. And then he has a good time doing it, and I'm like, would you please stop doing that?
I have a good old time with it. I'm not even gonna lie.
You know what? I'll tell you guys something funny. Here's something really funny. So there's all these little boys, as I call them, because they're not men. They're not like you guys. I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh yeah, I like to go on dates. I'm like, oh, you want to meet my brothers? You got brothers? Yeah, they're all black. Just so you know, they're all black. You're like, wait, what? And then they leave. They're gone. They're like, boom, gone. I'm like, wow, what a racist motherfuckers.
There's a lot of them out there.
I mean, shoot, I probably shouldn't swear, but I'm like, really? I'm like, they're fun, they're cuddly, they're cute, and I'm like, look at me, like, wait, what? Their brothers are? I mean, to be honest with you, Martel, it's funny, and Darrell, it's so hilarious. These guys, they always think you're like, oh, you're so pretty, blah blah. And I'm like, yeah. Tell me something else, blah blah blah. Tell me some other stuff. How much money do you make? Can you give me a credit card with your name on it, and I just spend the money? I don't care, whatever.
I need to get into one of those careers like your friend we were talking about.
Yeah, I'm hoping she's gonna be on. She might be on maybe Thursday. I'm hoping maybe she could kind of enlighten all of us on this. Maybe Darrell, you should join and just listen about this. How you can become a sugar baby and collect money every month from a rich person.
I mean, because to be honest, I've been trying to pimp him out for a while, so.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm not even.
He really have, and it's not happening.
I'm not even gonna lie. I've been trying to pimp him out for a while.
Oh, there we go.
I'm trying to keep all the money and won't tell you nothing.
Hey, at least if I'm up front with these guys and they say shit like that, it's easy to just get rid of them. That's it. Delete.
Right.
That's it. Pretty simple question, I mean, if you can't respect human race, we talked about this last week, Martel. Can't expect we're all part of the human race. Wherever you're from, I mean, I remember you talked about your ancestors. There's got to be. I mean, I would think with that, there's 23andMe and there's other whatever ancestry.com. Even there, I think you guys, should be able to find what area of where you're from. I would think.
My dad's side comes from Germany. So I know that.
I don't know my dad's side of the family really like that, so I wouldn't know anything. Like my mom's side, yeah, probably be able to trace that back. But my dad's side, no. Yeah, he was raised by his stepdad, and his stepdad was still an asshole. So yeah, like I remember he used to tell me stories about how his stepdad, like his mom would be in the kitchen cooking, his stepdad would come in and spit in the food.
Oh,
type stuff.
That kind of shit right there, I'll be in jail.
I mean, they was like young kids, so like, what we can do?
Yeah,
kill you in your sleep.
And then his dad, who was his actual, real dad, his birth dad, like he didn't know him. Like we lived in the same city when the man died, and we didn't know. So like I never met him. I don't think he's ever met him, so I don't know.
Wow,
that's horrible.
Like I don't even know if my dad knows he has other brothers and sisters outside the ones with his birth mom. So I don't know.
Yeah, and you might have other relatives.
Yeah.
Somewhere maybe the state, maybe the Midwest, maybe somewhere in the world. Again,
I mean, yeah.
Out of my dad's family, I don't have something like pretty much like literally like 4 of us left here in Milwaukee, like pretty much. But most of them is like in Germany. I've never seen them.
But the only way I know to stay away from people is that if they got that Buckhalter last name, then I know, like, yeah, we can't. Because it's very rare when you come across somebody with that. What is you two monkeys over there?
The kitties are causing trouble again.
Leave them cats alone.
Because Princess Leia trying to bite Naomi in the butt. Naomi trying to play with the scratching post, but Princess Leia want to try to bite her in the butt. They just stupid. And
what is wrong with this? What is wrong with these cats? What is wrong with them?
That's what happened when they daddy is their brother. It's just a mess.
Inbred cats.
Whatever. Who cares?
That is my brother's fault, my oldest brother's fault, that he didn't go get the after the first litter, like the litter with Sammy and Tommy. And when that litter was born, he didn't go get either the cats fixed. So the son ended up raping the mama and got the mama pregnant. So that's how Princess Leia came about.
Oh, jeez.
That's damn shame.
And then that same son raped the mama again and then got her pregnant again.
But is it like with humans? Like, do they have like genetics and stuff? Like, is it messed up with the cats or is it not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's something somebody needs to do some research on. I don't know.
No, I know.
If a human do, if a person do it, like they come out.
I mean, because they look well. Princess Leia do kind of look off a little, but
don't do it. She's a cute cat. Don't do her.
I mean, she look a little special, but she don't look like Sammy and Tommy. But
she just got a wandering eye. Leave her alone.
Yeah, wandering eye.
Oh, I'm so done. I'm so done with you
Marcus,
at this point.
Marcus gonna kill me.
Be nice, Darrell.
But I talk about his cat all the time, though. You know what? I'm so mad at Man Arrested because I've been wanting to do karaoke so bad, get drunk and do karaoke on Facebook Live, and he been filed, and all he want to do is work every weekend. So he's been boring.
Y'all, I watch y'all live all the time, and you two.
Hey. Well, first of all, I sound okay till my voice gets tired.
No,
I sound okay until my voice gets tired.
Martel, you can do it. You got a very nice voice. Okay, you got a very nice.
No, Marcus, on the other hand, he sound like a cat getting raped.
Both of y'all, both of y'all do.
No, because I be singing a mess out of Jennifer Hudson,
and be doing her so wrong.
I do not.
I do Jennifer Hudson. That's my specialty.
When you tried to do some karaoke, it was like to the left, to the left.
I did not sing that song.
I know, but that's what they should have been telling you. To the left, to the left.
Me and Marcus did the Dreamgirls monologue,
and you was horrible.
I was sloppy drunk. I was not horrible.
First of all, who be that drunk? Claire, it wasn't even 12 o'clock yet, and he was already drunk on. Well, I don't know what day that was.
First of all, that was New Year's Eve, and you was drunk before I was. And we played that damn Plinko game, and I kept getting vodka.
Okay.
It's called Drinko, first of all.
Gotta get it right.
Right.
My shit kept right. I didn't get juice. I didn't get water. I got straight vodka.
I kept blending on Jack Daniels.
Ugh, I'm glad I didn't get it. Getting that.
Yeah, I kept getting Jack Daniels.
And I kept getting that damn.
And then on top of that, I was drinking wine.
Yeah.
I think we need to do like a Friday night karaoke, and then I can kind of get drunk here at my house, and we'll do it live because I can do a karaoke for my Roku, so I can sing just as much as everybody else. We can all do a little Facebook Live thing.
Exactly. I wish I can make this. I don't know how some people be doing this, because I be seeing some people do like they be live on Facebook, but it'd be like they Zoom call. Like I don't know how to do that. I haven't figured out that technology.
Oh, I know.
Are you in Wisconsin?
I do.
Are you in Wisconsin?
I'm in Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm in Wisconsin.
Milwaukee or no?
No, I live in Fond du Lac.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, Claire. Like I be seeing people do it, but I don't know how to do it.
I'm kind of
new to this. I'm new to the whole Zoom thing.
I'll show you.
He's new to
I'll show you, little brother. I'll show you. I'll show you, little bro. Little bro.
Naomi, you stop scratching on that. Oh God, that's why I don't want kids.
but the quality, I can tell you, is not as good. I mean, I haven't tried it in a while, but it's kind of.
I mean, I've seen like from the recent ones that I've seen, the quality was actually pretty good.
I mean,
I don't know
maybe
if it's because they got the fiber internet, which I'm pissed at AT&T because they talk about they don't have it in Milwaukee. I'm like, why are y'all advertising internet that y'all don't have? But I'm kind of pissed about that. Huh?
They're running it down Highway 41 and 43. They started in Green Bay and go all the way down to Milwaukee and the way down to like Racine, Kenosha. But they're only going down the main thoroughways and they're still having attached it to everybody else. I'm like, well, what the heck's this? Yeah, great. It's going to run down the highway, but how's it going to help everybody else? Can't help everybody else if you can't hook us up.
Wait, why is Zoom giving me it? Since when do you have a time limit on Zoom?
Really?
It says running out of time. We removed the 40-minute time limit on your group chat. Okay, love it. I'm gonna click that. I don't know what's going on with that, but okay.
No.
I didn't know it was a time limit on Zoom, but
usually if it's just like two people, usually I think it's 40 minutes, I think what it is, but I think so, but
I guess well, it's still going, so we're still here.
I don't know.
Yay.
Oh my god, whatever. Like, I wish y'all could see, because she has this cone on her head right now. Leave it alone! And she is, because she mad because she can't lick herself. So right now, she like, when she start licking, she's licking the inside of
the right here.
Yeah. So she's like licking the inside of the cone because she can't lick herself.
Oh,
that's no good. No bueno. No bueno.
Come here.
So, Darrell, I'm trying to learn. I have a lot of Hispanic people around me, so I'm trying to learn Spanish. I'm trying to. It's kind of hard, but I'm kind of getting it down. I mean, I'm trying because I want to pick it up because a lot of they have a lot of parties and they're like, well, you should come in, but I'm like, half of them they'll speak Hispanic and I don't speak any.
You don't have to speak Spanish. Just walk in with a case of Corollas and that's all you need. That's all you need to get your way in.
That's fucked up.
What?
It's funny because when I moved here, I was slowly transitioning, but now I look more like a woman now. It's funny, all these guys, well, literally, they're all staring at me. They'll get the door for me. They'll help me get my groceries in. I'm like, where the hell were you guys last year? What the hell? Really? Really? Now you're saying you want to be friendly and helpful all of a sudden? I'm like, okay.
I'm telling you, just walk in there with some Corollas.
I cuss him out in Spanish all the time.
Whatever. Just walk in with some Corollas. That's all you need to do. And then, like, if you show up to a black folks get together, just walk in. Most of the time, you just need some gin or some type of vodka. Sometimes don't matter. Just as long as you got liquor in your hand, that's all you need.
Bring a gift.
Bring a gift.
Contribute to the drunkenness.
A dish, a case of sodas or something.
So not like, remember now. I've seen like older commercials from the 70s and 80s where there's these black guys with this big like Colt 45. They're like really slamming it. They're like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" And be like, "What? Really? Like you guys drink Colt 45?" Like, okay.
I'm not a beer drinker.
I mean, I'm not. This was like okay.
Yeah, back in the day, that was their thing. Like Coke. Okay,
it was Coke. Back in the day, it was Old English. A 40 ounce.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not a beer drinker. I hate that shit. It's nasty. But Old English, 40 ounce bottle in a paper bag, and that was their shit. That was like they soda.
I'm not a beer drinker myself, so
you just alcohol.
I am not alcohol. Okay, you got to get down with that.
Actually, I did watch Conan O'Brien. He did he had like a TV show and a recorder I'd put on YouTube, and he actually had Ice Cube and Kevin Hart.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh my god, yes. That shit was freaking. They're like going around.
When I went to the dispensary with that girl when he was trying to drive.
Yeah. That was. Then they're like, "Hey, stop here!" And then they tell Conan, "Hey, just go." I forgot what they said. Go ahead and get us wherever else. And then he brings it out without the paper bag. He's like, "Dude, where the fuck's the paper bag? We need a paper bag." And I'm like,
"Go on YouTube and watch it."
I've seen it. It's hilarious.
And then they got one with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube when they got into an Uber. Oh my god, that was super.
Oh funny. Yeah, I see that one too. That is. That is so. I was just like, and I know an Ice Cube, since he was in the 90s. You rap, he was a rapper and stuff like that. And I was like, that's cool. I listened to some of the music, but I think to me from then till now, I think it was like a complete but they were like smoking blunts and they were doing everything else. I'm like, hey, whatever, do yourself. That's right. Awesome, I mean, I'm glad they're having fun.
They was high as hell in that car. They had the little girl.
I know that girl was really looking like Chinese for real.
Then she said, we're hungry, and they went to Popeyes.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I didn't have dinner.
Oh, look at this. Oh, this is dinner to go. Look at this right here.
He ain't even drinking. He's drinking that big ass bottle of wine out the bottle.
Well, I just turned around and saw it, so I said, why not?
Well, how about this then?
See, now you can't call me an alcoholic. Oh my God, Clear, I have 6 more bottles. They're going to be here on Wednesday. But I got 6 bottles of wine coming in the mail.
Hold on. If everyone's going to do something here, hold on. Hold on.
How about this?
Hold on.
The unexpected shenanigans that happen on Same Cast, Different Day podcast.
Hold on. So we'll pull out we'll get some blackberry brandy and some Kesslers. And hold on. We're not done yet. Hold on. We got to make this.
See, now you call me the alky. Now look at Claire's collection.
Look at the Dr. McGillicuddy's. Let's do this. There we go.
Yeah.
Put this all together. Yeah, let's do it.
And yet I look like the alky.
Dude, I'm ready to go. Let's do this shit. Let's go.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm like, I was making me look like the alky. I'm not. See, I like to have fun sometimes.
I like the peach flavor. It's really good.
It's been a while since I had like some fun.
Actually, I did find a wine that actually was $3, and I got this at Walmart.
Oh my God! Yes, I had that bottle before. Yes,
and it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good, really.
Yeah, because I stopped going to my my bougie store, some people call it, and going to their wine section and buying a wine. I was like, I was spending so much money on a wine. I'm like, man, Walmart and Aldi's got wine just as good, and I get drunker faster. So,
yeah. So no. So no. I'm sorry, boys. Sorry. I know I could probably pass it a little bit. Forgive me for just throwing it all out there. And actually, I will put all those together. Put a little shot of water in. Slide that puppy right down. Bam. That's a crazy white girl right there.
I'll drink to that.
There you go. That's a crazy white girl right there.
We need to go to Fond du Lac. Take a trip to Fond du Lac.
We actually had talked about it. Because I think they had like a drive-in theater that I was trying to get us to go to, but you kept turning it down. That was up there.
I didn't turn anything down.
I mentioned it to you, and you turned it down.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Lies.
Yeah. Actually, Martel, they got to open. There's one you could bring Darrell on too, and Marcus. What is it?
Marcus can't come because he can't smoke in my car, so he's not gonna come.
No, he'll never. So, but you two. I believe next week they open up in Chilton. They have you can actually watch 2 movies. The funny part about it is you always see these 20-some-year-olds. They'll put liquor right under their seat of their vehicle. Mm-hmm. And then the driver doesn't drink, but everyone else decides they have some beverages as they're watching the movie.
Oh hell no, I'm drinking. I don't care if I am the driver. I just know it's sober up before it's time to go home.
No, you can't handle your liquor well.
I handle my liquor very well, thank you very much.
No, I will send those text messages out to people in the world, and
that is okay. Clear, no, that's different. Okay, so I don't know because I went back and watched some of the videos that I had recorded on my phone. Like it was some other videos I didn't even post. I was like, oh my God, I was fucked up. But see, the thing was, I went to the bar. Like normally a sports arena or a bar or whatever. Even in the stadium, they have a specialty drink. So I'm like, hey, what's y'all specialty drink that y'all like to make for y'all, whatever show? Where they said we don't have any. So Mary's like, okay, let's just get Long Island. So, but anyways, Claire, by the end of the night, I had about 6 or 7 Long Islands.
Oh,
at that point. Oh. So I think what he's trying to say, how my drunkenness at that point, I think it's justified by me having that many Long Islands.
Wow. Holy mackerel. Dang.
And I still managed to get up at 5. It was like 5:40 something in the morning when I got up, drove home, changed, got dressed for work, and then went to work.
Oh wow, you're a trooper, man. You are
and,
like I would be called in sick.
And I stayed to closing.
So you're like the song from Katy Perry that they're still in, like it's Tuesday and they're still in their club and goals from Saturday. Is that kind of part of it? That's
and his car still in the valet parking.
You know what? I'm not gonna keep taking these insults.
This is how we do.
I am I'm a respectable drunkie.
Hey, no, actually, he's a lot of fun. Actually, Martel's a lot of fun.
And
I've joined a few of his lives.
My fun level is turned up on 10 when I'm a little bit drunk, but
Martel's he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun.
Mother, why are you bothering? You said what? I am. I got the background suppressed so they can't hear you anyway. Yeah.
Did I say hello?
Darrell said hi.
And hi, Martel's mother. Hi.
She's too busy trying to get her a drink. But yeah, I mean, it's turned up a little bit on 10. Then on top of that, I don't know if you saw the video that I posted, but the music they was playing, it was like it was it was disco, and then they went from disco to like what is the name of that? Every Little Step I Take by Bobby Brown. Then they went to that. I'm like, this is just all over the place. But Mary was just dancing to every last song. I was just grooving to. We didn't care what was playing. Woo!
Just do it.
It was one of those nights.
Just get out there and have fun.
And then when she woke up the next morning, was like, "Oh, I feel so terrible. I got so much to do, and I just can't do nothing." And she tried to blame it on me.
Oh, what?
She blamed it on me that she couldn't do nothing the next day. Like I forced her to do all that drinking.
Oh,
okay, maybe I did. Okay, maybe I kind of did, but that's not the point. The point is we had fun.
You are bad.
The moral of the story is you had a good time. That's
no. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't remember the word I'm looking for. I promote having fun. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, and then speaking of, since he want to try to get people in trouble, he invited me to a whole dinner. Actually told somebody that I would show up for a dinner before telling me that I was going to a dinner.
What?
Exactly.
Wait, what are you talking about?
He accepted a dinner invitation without telling me he accepted a dinner invitation after he accepted the dinner invitation.
What, for Wednesday? For Wednesday?
Yes.
It was actually my idea.
Without even telling me.
I don't have to tell you. You're just going to do it.
And if I didn't?
You was going to do it. Ain't no if I wasn't.
We'll see about that.
Okay.
All right. So you listen, as we're talking about going out and dating, I got a real question for you guys, and I want to straight up on this one. So, because I really don't give it, like I always say, Martel, it's one human race. I really don't care who you are, where you're from, as long as you're a good person, have your shit together, have a job. There's a gentleman from Pakistan that lives in Milwaukee, brown deer, that has the hots for me. And I can't even say his damn name. First of all, I can't even say his name. To be honest with you. I have no fucking idea. Excuse me. I have no idea to say his name.
I don't know about them Pakistanis. I don't know.
They are nice people.
I'm just wondering in general, everyone's thoughts are. I'm not against, just kind of like, can you have an easier name maybe? Maybe from Canada or something like that? Mexico? I don't know. Germany?
I don't know. Some of them some of them really come from over there, and then I don't know.
They have a real big Iranian community in Canada.
They do?
They actually, I thought that was Indians or India.
Ain't they all the same damn thing?
No, they from India is different. I mean, they kind of look the same, but at the same time, they're not the same.
They have a real big community in London and in Canada.
Oh, interesting. There we go. I just learned something today. Thanks, Darrell.
Would I date one?
I actually have, but he was mixed. He was mixed with.
That's because you're a whore.
Black and one of them I remember, But his mother was from over there, and they came here, and she met a black dude, and they got married. And I'm not a whore. Shut up.
I mean, it took you a long time to respond.
His name is Darrell. It says right here, it's Darrell, not a whore on this thing. It says Darrell.
A whore.
Martel.
Whore.
It says Darrell down there.
It's actually pronounced Darrell.
Oh, Darrell. Okay, sorry.
Whore.
You might have to correct me a few times, Darrell, but I'll get it right. I promise I will.
That's fine.
You can give me an ugly look like, come on, white girl.
I've been hearing Darrell all my life. All in like, no. I just be like, okay, but everybody call me Rail though. So
if you and I don't even get sometimes
it took me 9 months to learn the name. So,
and I mean I've had friends through school, and I think I told Martel when I told this story. I had a friend that he was from he was in an adoption home and he was adopted, and he's I don't know, I think he said Central Africa. I think that's where he's from, and everyone picked on him, and I'm like, dude, you're a human being just like everybody else, okay? Everyone needs love. Everyone needs,
everybody bleeds red.
Yeah, we're all one race. We're all one people. I mean, I respected him. I see him once in a while, but he's a good guy. And I'm like, you're a human being, so am I. And I said, I respect you. You're a person. I'm a person, and we're gonna go about that way, and that's what we're gonna do. But to me, it's nice to get some of these conversations with some of these guys because you can find out how racist they are when you start throwing shit out like that. And then you see red flags like that and you say, yeah, I'm out, done. They're like, what do you mean? Well, you just said it. You said it. You're privileged, whatever you want to be. You're privileged so-and-so. I don't, and I know I'm probably not telling the truth when I say I have brothers, but I could say whatever I want. I'm a female. They want us, I don't care. I just keep telling them, like, yeah, my brothers kind of have to like make the decision to date. They're like, really? Yeah. They're all gay too, by the way. So it's even better yet. They're like, what? Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. See, you guys can judge them. That's the best part about it. I love that. I want to sit back and watch. I'm going to have that bottle of wine and let you guys go to work. I'll be like,
I don't know if you want me to do that. I run people out.
He's very judgy.
Who?
Yeah. You.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Name one example.
I can name 1,000.
Well, name one.
Well, you call my sister's name ghetto.
I don't remember that.
Oh.
I don't remember that. I don't think that happened.
That's why they didn't like you for a while.
I don't think that happened.
Oh.
Remember, we was in the car. I was on the phone with you, and everybody. We was all drunk in the car, and it was loud. And he was like, "Dang, they being real ghetto."
Of course, ghetto. That's what ghetto people do. They be real loud like that.
But we're not ghetto people.
I'm just saying that at that moment they sounded ghetto.
We wasn't raised in the hood.
I didn't know that was your sisters. It just sounded like a bunch of ghetto chicks in the background.
We was never raised in the ghetto.
They sound like a bunch of ghetto chicks in the background.
And they didn't, and that's why they was like, "Who the heck is that?" They like you. They like you now, but they didn't like you at first.
Oh, Martel, got some points against you, buddy.
Most of the time I don't even care if people don't like me.
But I mean, they're my sisters. You should. They're my sisters.
I don't care if anybody don't like me. I don't even care if half my cousins don't like me. Don't care.
As you sip your wine out the bottle. That's what you do right now is ghetto.
I know, because I was too lazy to get up and walk over there and get a wine glass.
Ghetto.
That's ghetto what you're doing.
I'm really enjoying you too.
When you're troubled, this is what happens when you're troubled.
Trouble for what? You ain't got a care in the world.
I do got a care in the world. I forgot how to pay for this trip to Rome.
Oh, and he just sprung that on me.
Going to Rome?
So my cousin and her husband in 2023, because we're already going on a cruise next year. So 2023, they're doing this thing and where they're celebrating New Year's Eve. It's like this whole New Year's Eve celebration in Rome. But included in the trip is it's a trip it takes you to Rome, Italy, and Greece.
Oh.
Included with this trip. And I want to go.
And he springs that on me after we gotta go for only after this damn cruise. We're gonna go for this.
Well, I'm sorry that I was responsible and paid my half.
First of all, I told you after I come back from Vegas, I'm gonna pay on my cruise. That's gonna be paid. It's gonna be paid up way before January. After I come back from Vegas next month.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm paid for mine, so I don't have to worry about that too.
I also have 50 million bills too.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, I spend $700 a month just to drive a car.
That's because you want to drive 2020.
Wow.
So,
that cruise will be paid off before January. After I come back from Vegas.
So does that make me ghetto because I drive an older vehicle?
No, I probably just wouldn't ride in the same vehicle.
Oh wow!
He's just real bougie.
I am not bougie.
Wow.
Yes, you are. You are Regine from Living Singles. If I've never seen you,
Martel. Okay, fine. Hey, buddy. Hey, if there's a flood, by the way, with my Jeep, I can probably save Darrell. I'll be like, so what'd you say about my vehicle? Waterproof for 4 feet of water, Martel. Oh, by the way,
why his shit is rolling down the river? Your shit driving right through the water.
I mean,
you gonna need your help for that. He gonna want to get in that Jeep.
As long as I don't have to sit in front.
That's a damn shame.
Because I'm not gonna know how to operate nothing. I don't know how to operate now. I've been in such newer cars for so long now. Like I don't know how to operate the older stuff no more.
Oh, now I'm old. Is that what it is now? Now I'm old?
No, because when my when I had the 2018 Altima and it got hit in the parking lot and the insurance company didn't want to pay for the rental that I had. So the what they call it, the place that's repairing my car was like, okay, well, we can just give you this car until we're done repairing your car. And what was that, like a 90-something Toyota Avalon or something like that? I got in that car. I didn't know how to turn on the radio. I didn't know how to work the radio. I didn't know how to turn. I didn't know how to use the windshield wiper. I didn't know how to use nothing in the car. So I just parked it. I just drove it home and parked it in the garage. I didn't know how to work it.
The older cars, everything they got all the knobs for the older car. All these newer cars, you got to press buttons and on screens.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I like just the old. I got the old mine's all the old. Yeah. You know,
this thing still had a tape deck in there. I did not know how to work anything in this car.
You don't know what? Do you know how to? You don't use a tape deck, Martel? You don't.
My car doesn't even have a CD player or tape deck. My car just has a screen, and that's it.
Go ahead,
Darryl.
You have a CD player in there.
My car doesn't have a CD player. They don't make cars with CD players no more. Everything's all Bluetooth to MP3s.
What if I'm pretty sure it's probably hidden somewhere behind something.
No, there's no CD player. There's nowhere to insert CDs anywhere in my car.
There's probably like an auxiliary jack. Probably we can plug in your old.
My car has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so I don't have to.
Yeah, I should be using the Wi-Fi in your car all the time.
So I don't. So I don't have to I just get in my car, and when I start up my car, my phone just connects to the car, and I just start playing music off my phone through Tidal.
Yeah, I don't have all those fancy features on my Jeep. My Jeep's 2002, so mine's from back in the day when your parents were probably kids, and that's when they used to make Jeeps, not the way they make them now. But the thing is indestructible.
They are still around, especially them like the 90 model Grand Cherokees. Them things would seem like they would never die.
No. Nope. No.
And the one that Piper had in Charm, them things seem to be lasting forever.
Mm-hmm. And I bet you Claire don't get stuck in the snow.
Nope, never do. Darryl,
to be honest, I did not get stuck in the snow this past winter. I did not get stuck in the snow this past winter.
Oh, but Yeah, but Claire can drive through that shit.
When I had the 18 Altima, yes, I got stuck in snow. But now that I got all-wheel drive, I don't have a problem with snow.
Yeah, but Claire don't need all-wheel drive. Claire got that Jeep.
It's still the all-wheel drive, but back in those days, it was just called what they say 4x4, which is all-wheel drive basically.
No, actually wrong.
This is the same thing. All the axles on the tire moves.
Not on no. There's no 4x4. There's no 4x4 car.
No, there's
no.
not.
I'm not talking about like I'm talking about like them Jeeps and like certain SUVs back then. They used to have 4x4 in there, which means when you hit the gas, it sends power to all four tires instead of just the front tires or your back tires, depending on if it's front wheel or rear wheel drive. But and then when they moved into like the newer cars now, instead of calling it 4x4, when they send all four power to all four, it's just all-wheel drive. It's the same thing.
So
they still have 4x4, but all-wheel drive is for cars. 4x4, they got buttons you can press. They got different modes. Like Jeeps got snow mode, off-road mode.
Cars got the same thing.
Yeah, but not like Jeeps. Jeeps are built to go through all kinds of
shit. Cars got the same thing. It's like a knob that you switch. You can switch it for snow. You can switch it for rain.
Yeah,
but like my car, every in all four tires, there's a computer in all four tires, and what it does, it can detect different weathers and whatever I'm driving on, and my car will actually adjust itself to whatever kind of road or weather that I'm driving in.
True.
Without me having to push a button.
True, but Darrell's right, because in the Jeep, you would already know by looking outside at the weather. You know, you can look at your phone and see if it's slippery outside, but walking outside, slip and fall on your ass, whatever it is. But but you could literally just shift into 4-wheel drive and turn a knob. You know, I have an old school where I actually have a lever. I have to shift it in, put it in neutral in my vehicle, shift it in from 2 high to 4 high, so it's in 2-wheel drive mode. Okay, on a regular 4-wheel drive system that Darrell's explained to you, all the power is sent to the rear wheels. Okay, on when it's locked into all 4 wheels, not every manufacturer has a split 50-50. Jeep's got a 50-50, Suzuki, and Mitsubishi. Those are the only 3 companies in the world that have a split 50-50. All your crossovers, cars, and SUVs are considered all-wheel drive that have that option, which it's what you explained. Nissans have a push button, which I think you should have on yours, or it could be computer controlled.
Nope. Mine's is always on. So like mine's, it's all-wheel drive is always on, but the thing is, even though it's an all-wheel drive car and it's always on, it don't always send power to all 4 wheels unless it needs to. So if it detects that the back wheels need a little bit, like if it detects the back wheels are struggling, it'll send more power to whatever wheel is needing that more power if it's struggling. It automatically does it. Like I don't have to push a button to switch power to the back wheels or the front wheels. It just automatically does it on its own.
So, like, I mean, a lot of like the Rogues, the Muranos, and the Nissan brand, they all have like a push button where you could push the button and lock it in. But it's not a true, what Darrell was explaining, it's not a true, like, 4-wheel drive.
Right.
A real 4-wheel drive is actually, it's got a front axle, a rear axle, and actually a drive shaft with a center pumpkin. That's a true, like a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Or your Tahoes, Expeditions, Durangos, or whatever.
Right.
You know, those are like a real 4-wheel drive system. You know, those are made, but like the Jeeps, Toyota 4Runner, those 4x4s, I will tell you hands down, are made specifically for off-road, like the original Toyota Land Cruiser, which they stopped making. They're made to go through 3-4 feet of water. You know, they're made for treasures because that's what they're made to do. They're made to. Now, your car will do good. Yeah, it stays the front wheels. All of a sudden, something slips or something gets, if it's wet, rainy, or else, yeah, it'll pick that percentage up and put it wherever it needs to put it.
Even when I was driving past like SUVs and trucks that was stuck in snow, like my car just goes right through it with no problem. Like I did not have a problem none this winter getting anywhere in snow whatsoever.
But I bet you ain't see no Jeep stuck.
No, to be honest, it was more like the Chevy, like the Chevy SUVs, the Ford SUVs.
Yeah, you'll see them like that.
Like some GMCs, like some of those was the ones that I like Yukons and stuff like that. Like that was like vehicles I saw stuck.
The big bulky ass trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Hummers is also good in like the different weather, off road and shit too.
Yep. That's true. Yep.
Hummers, yeah, because like with Nissan with the 22 and 2020s and newers, those are the cars they now programmed to be able to do the off-roading stuff, where it just switches to the different stuff. But if you got one of any of the older ones, they don't have it. So they just started making theirs like that.
And then also with the Jeeps, when they off-road, instead of going straight, like when it's bumpy on rocks, the Jeep stands still and the tires just go over it. But your Jeep never move, but your truck never move. And if you're in the car, you're gonna be like,
yeah.
But in the Jeep, you're gonna be in one spot and your tires just gonna go over it.
Yep.
Just
because their suspension are made for it because they sit higher. Cars are not made for it to be stabilized like that because they sit lower.
Articulation, exactly what Darrell's explained. Yep, articulation. Yeah. I know exactly what he means.
I remember one day when they had the Hummer dealership right up the street, they used to have like you can go in there and they take you like on they had like a whole little course on the parking lot, and they go over rocks and they went up hills and down hills and go sideways.
But also you talking about vehicles that's made to sit high so that when the suspension is made for that.
And that's what trucks are for. They sit up. Like them Chevy trucks, them Suburbans and shit. They don't sit up high.
I'm just saying when it comes to snow, I just don't get stuck because I don't have them problems.
Well,
like I think my car is really a sports car and it's made to hug the ground and it's made for speed.
Yeah, but you'll get stuck in about a foot of snow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yep. We haven't had
but I bet you the money. Yo should get stuck, but Claire should drive right through that shit.
Oh yeah, I'll plow through it. I'll plow right through
it. I mean, because they don't plow my alley. So them days where we just kept getting them snow, that like constant snow. Like I said, I never got stuck. And we had like the snow was damn near taller than the alley once you got through plowing it. Taller than the garage.
Here's a little something for you, Martel. If you have any neighbors, this sounds ghetto to just do this, but I will tell you this because I'm from the country, because I live up here. Is you can get someone with a 4-wheel drive and you get yourself a OSB, like a 4x8 sheet of plywood. You can just take some rope and tie it onto the front end and use a plow to just plow a little road. Now the piece of wood will get busted up, but if you got stuck, you could actually ask your neighbors or somebody.
Because I seen somebody with an older Altima was stuck in the alley and I just drove right past them. Like, I'm not afraid to help you. No.
You always help thy neighbor, okay?
Yep.
Because when I had my 18 Altima and I kept being stuck and I had to be at work at 7 and they just all be standing on the alley looking at you stuck, they ain't come down and help me.
Oh well, shit, that's a different story then.
So then now that I got the all-wheel drive and I can just pull out and go and just drive up the alley, I just be looking at them like bye. Like, hey, it ain't my fault. Like, you need to make the investment.
Bye.
Now, Darrell, this was the same guy that I met 2 years ago that told me that, oh, Claire, you have a 4-wheel drive? I said, yeah, dude, I've been driving 4-wheel drive since I've been like 12. Where you been at, you know? He's like, yeah. He's like, I hate getting stuck in the snow with my Altima, blah, blah. I'm like, well, go get yourself an SUV then. Stop complaining about your car then. Get a.
Ever since I got my all-wheel drive, I ain't had no complaints.
I mean, all-wheel drive is good in the snow.
Oh
but not when if it's too much of it, no. Like them Chargers and Challengers, horrible in the snow.
See,
horrible.
That's because Chargers and Challengers, they just not made for winter. Period. I don't care how they're built
because they're rear wheel drive cars.
No, some of them are all-wheel drive.
It's very rare. They have.
It
Chargers.
Is very rare.
They have all-wheel drive Chargers, but it's very rare. Most of them
are rear-wheel drive.
Rear wheel.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy rear-wheel cars. Like, if you live in Wisconsin, why would you buy a rear-wheel drive car? Like, that just don't make any sense.
No.
Yeah, but if it's very rare that you find a Charger with all-wheel drive. They got them on the newer ones, not the older ones.
Yeah.
The newer Chargers have them.
That's what I'm saying. Like for newer cars, you'll be surprised at what they can.
And they cost a little more.
Yeah, all-wheel drive Charger. Basically, you will have to get. It's like the fully loaded one, and those are like 40.
Yeah, gotta be fully. Yeah,
they're like $40,000.
Yeah.
So Martel, why did you get an Altima when I told you suggested to get you something bigger, like get the real deal, and get a Nissan Maxima? Why didn't you get the Max instead? Because if I'm rolling out,
because to be honest, they're basically the same cars. To be honest,
the Maximus is nice as hell, but the cabin is super small.
And then say, like I said, like the cabins, like when it comes to space inside the car, the Maximas are actually smaller on the inside compared to
really?
Altimas.
Oh. Yeah, they big as hell, but
because for me, I look for leg room, and to me, Maximas, because they have like the console where the gear shift and stuff they have a lot more. It's a lot more bigger and bulky, and they got a lot more stuff right there, which means they eliminated some of the leg room. And I don't. That's a side. If if you notice, like you don't see a lot of tall people driving Maximas.
No.
Like you'll see them in an Altima, but you will not see them in a Maxima.
I mean,
and then when you get on the inside, besides like that console part in the middle where the gear shift is at, besides that, like it's everything else is made exactly the same in the Altima. Like even in the Rogues and the Altimas look exactly the same on the inside. So I'm like, basically, you're just paying for a bigger chassis, basically. At that point, I'm like, I'm not willing to spend an extra $10,000 to have a bigger chassis when I can buy this car and it can do the exact same thing as the Rogue. I'm like, I'm just not doing. And then on top of that, the base model Rogues, they don't even come with push button starts the 2020s.
They don't.
It don't come with the push button starts. It don't have like you push the button on the door and it unlocks the car. It has none of the features that you would think that it would have.
That must be like the SL. I mean, the SV is kind of in the middle.
Because I was at the Nissan dealership and I was talking to my cousin. He works at the dealership, and I was like, "Oh, what's this right here?" He said, "It's the 2020 Rogue, but it's the base model." I'm like, "It was horrible, and it's smaller. Like the new Rogue, the 2020 Rogue looks smaller than my Altima."
They are small. My cousin got a 2020 Rogue. Her shit nicer. She got like the fully loaded one though, but her shit nice as a motherfucker.
It's too small.
I mean, I've looked at them. I've looked at some Rogues, but I've never really found a lot of.
I refuse to buy a fully loaded car. I would never buy a fully loaded car because most of the time, half the features I'm not going to use. And then on top of that, it's like I park in the garage. I really don't need all those features. Like I don't need heated seats. I don't need heated steering wheel. I don't need any of that crap.
Well, us women like to have heated seats because it does warm our butt up. It does work pretty good for us. So just so you know. Yeah,
it's been some times in the winter. I'm not gonna lie, because I actually didn't drive this car during the winter because I wasn't really working. But the times that I did have to, I would really drive with the heat off because it'd just get too hot.
Oh my God, Claire! I'd be so mad at him.
I had some days where I'm cold and I probably had the heat on blast, but majority of the time I would not have that heat on high.
No. I'll strap your Martel to the top of my roof of my Jeep.
No, because the heat blows. The heat blows so hot in that car. It blows so it gets so hot in there so fast. I'm like, no, I don't. That's why I'm like, I don't need all that because before I know it, I'll be sitting in my own car sweating with this heat on.
Then the last time I was in this damn car when he came over here, it was like 50? It was like 50 degrees outside.
Probably.
And he had the fucking heat on. I'm like,
what?
The only time I would do that because, like I said, my house is older, so it's colder in my house than it is outside. So, like I said, by that time my body adjusted to the temperatures.
But when it's 20 degrees outside, you have the heat off. I'm like, God damn it, what is wrong with you?
Because, like I
said, get back when I let the window down.
Winter don't bother me that much.
Yeah, you be in shorts and shit.
No, it's. You know what? As we're talking about stuff, I think on the 15th, which is a Saturday, I'll be down in Milwaukee to see my friend of mine, Letty, my old best friend. I'm probably gonna go chill with her. She lives over in Butler, by.
I hope I'm
over by kind of Brookfield.
No. I hope I don't have to work. That means we can go to Brewskis.
Well, then we can meet you there. We could all meet him.
It's like off of 76 in Blue Mountain. I think it's across the street from. Is that Pulaski High School, I think? No, that's not Pulaski High School.
No, that's on Blue Mountain.
Okay, that is. I believe that is right. Then I'm right then.
I could meet Darrell in person. Wow.
No, he won't be there.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I bet you any money I will be watching.
I don't know how you're going to get there because you ain't invited.
Okay. You don't own the bar. I could come in there. You don't own the damn bar.
I'm gonna give you a picture and be like, do not let this man in. He's a stalker.
And as soon as you come outside, your car gonna be on 4 flats.
See, the thing you don't realize is I don't drive my car there. Hi.
I will go burn your garage down.
It don't be in my house either.
No, actually, I tried one time last year. Yeah, it was last summer. We tried to get together with Martel and Marcus, and they were just goofy schedules and couldn't get it going. So now I'm going to make them in 21. They have to meet me somewhere in Milwaukee. They have no choice.
If we meet at Brewski's, I'm down for it.
And we can do that, sure.
You're gonna need a driver because you don't know how to drink just one drink. You gotta drink the whole damn bar.
Oh my God, Darrell, you gonna be there? I'll walk Darrell in.
Before he get into trouble, let me end this podcast really fast. I want to thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast. For the last hour or two, you got to hear some of the shenanigans that goes on in people's lives. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter. Well, I'm not on Twitter. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Martel Rolling, and you can follow Darrell at Darrell something.
Darrell Kingsby on Facebook, and HRH_Prince Road on Twitter, and Prince_Darrell on Instagram.
And you can find Claire on Facebook and TikTok at.
You can find me at Crystal B on Facebook and TikTok as Miss Care Bear WI. You're welcome to reach out to me at any time. Go ahead. That's it.
All right, and then don't forget to follow the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. On Twitter and Instagram, that'll be at SCDD Podcast. And if you feel free, want to email us any questions, or if you want to be a part of the podcast, you can email us at stddpodcast@gmail.com. And you can find us on Facebook at Same Cast Different Day Podcast. Next week on the podcast, you will have the interview with Miss Claire on the podcast, where we talked about I don't want to give it away, but some political stuff, some breaking news, I should say, for the political world out there. So make sure y'all tune into that episode, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Hey, political stuff. What am I talking about?